All right, guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're talking Tesla wall connectors and installing them. Now, this isn't a how-to video because I'm still learning myself on how to install these, but really the purpose of this video is really I want you guys' help. I need help and advice on how to get these things hooked up. And I've got a little bit of knowledge, and I want to kind of walk you through my situation and see what your thoughts are as far as how to wire these. Now, I have two of these. Now, they're not chargers because the chargers are built into the car. These are wall connectors, which basically means that it connects the power from your house to your car. It's just a connector, essentially. But I have two different ones here. This is the 18-footer. This is the 24-footer, and that's just the length of the cable here. When I ordered this, probably, I think I've had this for 2 or 3 months now. I haven't installed it yet. I've just been trying to figure out where to put it, how to do it. Trying to get an electrician here to do it and charge a reasonable price just seems pretty hard right now. So I'm just trying to do some research on how to get these installed in my situation. When I bought this 3 months ago, the 24-foot cable was not available, so I bought the 18. Now that I bought the 24-foot one, it opens up possibilities as to where I can put it. I want to show you where I want to put this. So I want to install the 24-footer to charge this car. This is my Model S. And then this 18-footer I want to install to charge my Model X. We have two Teslas here, so that's why we have two of these. But I need some help. So let's get started. I want to walk you through my electrical situation in my garage and kind of get your expertise. Someone who's an expert or knows what they're talking about, please chime in. Please make some comments because we all need some help. All right, let's talk about real quick. I want to just give you kind of a quick overview of my the outlets I have in my garage already. So down on my panel, I'm going to show you my panel, but my panel is actually down through, right through there in the basement is my kind of electrical panel and my breakers for the house. And over here on this side of my garage, I had an electrician when I first got my, this is my Model S, when I first got that, I had an electrician come here and he installed this, it's just a 240, just a 240 50 amp, and it's the NEMA 1450 outlet. He installed that there, and if you can see here, I have this ghetto RV extension cord running to the back of the car because both of my cars kind of share this connection. So if you can see here, I have my mobile connector here, but this cord can reach not only the X, but it can also reach down over here to the S. So kind of both share that one. That's why I have it down here. If I need to, once I have my wall connector hooked up for the other car, I can get rid of this extension cord and I can have my mobile charger hooked up right directly into the socket, and then I can just have the cord draped here and plug in there. So I have one outlet here. Okay, and I want to show you another outlet in the back of my garage. I'm going to walk you to the back of my garage here and just show you, because those two outlets are kind of on a quad breaker system. So here in the back of my garage, when I first built the house, I had the electrician wire me in a 240 outlet in the back here. So see this one there? Now, I've hardly ever used that outlet in the past because it's behind my toolboxes. I kind of have my tool bench here, and I don't have anything to really use it in the very back of my garage. So what I would like to do is use the breaker that one is set up for in the back, kind of take over that breaker for the wall connector. Now I've got my wall connector here. Where I want to put this wall connector this is the question I have. So here's some stairs. These stairs lead into my house from the garage. But I'd like to put the wall connector right here in front of these stairs. What I'd do like a wooden square right here. It's kind of a backing plate. And then I'd drill through, and behind this stair, it's just wood. It's just wood back behind there. So I'd go through here, run the cable through here as well. Let's see, get this focus all the way to the back of the wall, and then do kind of a 90-degree turn all the way down. And if you see, there's a wire hanging out right there. I've just been doing kind of some test fitting. I have right now, this is a Romex 6'3" wire, about 125 feet of this. I found this from a guy locally selling it. I didn't pay retail price. I think I paid about $300 for this whole roll of 125 feet of 6'3" Romex, which at Home Depot, it's over $500. Stuff's just gone up in price. But so that's kind of right behind that wall. Down in the basement is where my breakers are. So that's just kind of a straight shot and then down, and then you go into my breakers. So I'd have to run from there, I'd just kind of right along the top here, right through here, and then across, and then out right here. So that 24-foot wall connector, this is just kind of a view from where it would be from the car. So the charging port there and having the wall connector here is kind of what I'm wanting to do, because it's going to keep the cord kind of out of the path of traffic. It just seems like it's kind of the easier place to get access to the power. And, you know, I can just wrap the cord up right here, and I'll just, you know, bring the cord over here to the back of the Model S and charge it up. Because right now, I'm using just the mobile connector into a regular outlet right now. And if you can see here, this is kind of the main path in and out of the garage. So the kids are bringing their bikes through here, their scooters, they're walking over this thing. So I'd like to have the cord not in the main path of traffic. I'd like to have it up here. So if I have it right there, and then I can just plug in here. Yeah, I have to wrap the cable up each time, but I think that might be the easiest way to connect the wall connector. So let's go down to my basement. I want to show you the other side of this wall right here. The other side of this wall. The other side of this wall, I'll show you where that is, and then I'll show you my electrical box, and that's kind of where I need some advice on what to do. Okay, I'm down in my utility room. Here's my box. I just have a little door here. So I'm in the basement. I have a main panel, and then this is a sub panel that was put in when I had my basement finished. Howdy. So I want to show you over here in the corner. Okay, we're looking up here. The black wire up here is the other side of the wire from the garage. So I just kind of drilled a couple holes here. I just wanted to see how easy it was, and it's actually really easy to get that wire through and into the garage. You can see here it kind of runs up here, and this is the end of it right here. I haven't run it down to my panel. Now here's my question. Here's my question for you guys who know electrical work. My panel, if I'm looking at the top, so I would have to run this wire down through these studs just like all the rest of them. But if you see here, I have like no open slots to run the wire down into. You can see there, I don't have any open slots there. So that's question one. And then second question is, okay, here on the panel, I have no new slots available for power. So if I look here, breaker 1 and 3, or 2 and 3 are my garage outlets. So this is the one that's charging the car. This is on like a quad breaker, if you see that, how these two are connected here. So it's a 40 amp. My one in the very rear that I showed you that I don't ever use is this 50 amp switch here. So what I'm thinking, and let me know what your thoughts are, is disconnecting the wire from this 50 amp and just running it, and just running the new wire down in and connecting it to this breaker here. So essentially I'm just taking over this slot, this breaker, and just switching the purposes, just switching the wire. So from the new wire, just disconnect the old wire and connect the new wire to this, you know, the neutral bar and the ground bar there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, because I don't have any open slots here. I have no open slots in my sub panel. My sub panel is completely full as well. So I'm trying to kind of use like an existing breaker that's already has a wire connected to it and it's already got a 50 amp switch to it, you know, using that 6-3 wire and running it to that. So that's what we're looking at on the electrical side, because I have no open breaker slots to add like a new 50 amp breaker in the panel. Okay, I'm back out the garage. So this is the wire that I have and I'd like to use just because I have it, and like to not have to buy any more wire. But I guess what my main question is, so we saw the other end of that wire at the panel. If I'm running this Romex across here, back under the here, it's going to be exposed, and it probably is not safe to keep it like exposed. Can I run this in a conduit in order to protect it while it's not inside of a wall? This isn't a wet location, it's dry, it's you know, there's no water exposure here. But I guess that's kind of what I'm wondering. Or I've even thought about the idea of just running individual wires in conduit itself. This is about a 30-foot run. So from here to the back wall, down there, down into the electrical room, it's about a 30-foot wire run. So I was thinking maybe I could just do conduit here and then all the way into the room and run just individual 6-gauge, you know, the THHN wires, individual wires, as opposed to the Romex. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with here, and that's kind of what I have some questions on. So just want to know what you guys have experienced, if you've installed these. If I can run the Romex in conduit for this, you know, for this probably, I don't know, 12 to 15-foot run under the stairs to the wall, can I run the Romex in conduit? And then once it gets through the wall, it's just up in the raft, it's just up in the floor joist, so it should be able to just, with all the other wires, run directly into the box. So feel free to leave comments down below. I'll leave my email if you have any more specific information you want to email me. I'd be more than happy to hear from you. So just trying to get these wall connectors installed. So if you have, again, expertise, I'd love to hear from you. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll let you know in the next video how we're going to proceed in doing this once I hear some feedback. So thanks for watching the video, guys.